Oh my god! Did we finally get a Nintendo Switch Pro? Oh my god! It has a slightly bigger screen, slightly longer battery life, 64 gigs of internal storage, a built-in LAN port, and nothing else! Yay! So, finally, it's the Nintendo Switch Pro we've all been waiting for. Yes, $350 very much justifies adding in not many performance features at all. I mean, the battery life is nice. The OLED screen is kind of cool. And the 7-inch screen is slightly bigger than the regular Switches. And the built-in LAN port is nice, even though I already have an Ethernet adapter, which I can buy for not much money. And essentially doubling the internal Switch's internal storage is kind of nice, but does it really justify this kind of pricing? No. Okay, so here's the thing about this. Okay, so if you've been living under a rock, it's just been announced that a brand new Nintendo Switch model is coming out October 8th alongside Metroid Dread. And as you can clearly see on screen on a loop footage, we have a brand new Nintendo Switch model, which is exciting, but is it really worth $350 and not get a performance enhancement, like, at all? According to tech specs, it still runs games at the Switch's highest resolution, which is 1080p. Despite what, other websites might think, because we all want the Switch to run in 4K, clearly. And how this would be possible on a hybrid system is just, again, impossible. I don't know, man. I just don't know. But hey, slightly bigger screen. That's cool. Okay, seriously. How can Nintendo seriously justify this $350 price tag? I mean, okay, so let's get a look at the rundown of all the enhancements, clearly. Let's take a rundown of this. So, it has an adjustable stand, which you can buy from third parties. It has a 7-inch OLED screen, which is just slightly bigger than the regular Nintendo Switch was. The Nintendo Switch regular has a 6.2-inch screen, so it's going to look slightly bigger than any other thing. So, that's a thing. And it's got enhanced audio for handheld mode, so, yeah. And, it has 64 gigs of internal storage, which you can literally buy for, I don't know, like, not that much money at all. Like, if you want to look up micro SD cards to expand your storage, here are the current prices as of today, because I am posting this video the same day as I am recording it, because these are my thoughts. Okay, so we're going for SanDisk here. So if you want to buy a SanDisk, you can literally double your Nintendo, or triple, or rather quadruple your Nintendo Switch's storage by literally just $23 more. If you want 256 gigs, then that's going to be about $44. I mean, it's not going on sale right now, so it would be much more cheaper if it was on sale. But basically, and also to the point, micro SDs are not that expensive. They aren't that expensive. Like, I'm looking up the SanDisk Ultra at least, or SanDisk regular. I was looking up Extreme earlier. And to expand the storage, you can literally just pay, as of right now, $50 on Amazon just to get a 400 gig micro SD, which is what I have. Heck, you can get 512 for like nearly $70. So, again, it's slightly more than the $50 extra that you pay for the Nintendo Switch OLED. But still, if there's no word of performance enhancements at all, like the specs are already out. The specs are already out there. But does that really justify the extra $50 that you're putting down for a few enhanced features and no performance enhancements at all? Because let me remind everybody that the Nintendo Switch Pro is basically what people have been waiting for a very long time. It's been rumored to death, and I got sick of it. And, you know, the fact that this exists now is kind of a slap in the face to those who want a Nintendo Switch Pro, but at the same time, it's hilarious. Yeah, it's like at the same time, it's so hilarious that people were expecting a Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch Pro when this is what we get. This is what we get. So I'm looking at the specs now, and literally, it's kind of like nothing. It's kind of like nothing else. So again, 7-inch screen, 7-inch screen that goes up to 720p, just like the regular Switch does. 64 gigs of storage, which you can already expand for far less money on Amazon. Outputs to 1080p in TV mode, which honestly is really all you need. I don't really need 4K at all, but it looks nice. And you know, the usual standard procedures of the Nintendo Switch. But the maximum battery life of a maximum of 9 hours, depending on what game you play, is kind of nice. I mean, that's basically like one of the only good things I can say about the Nintendo Switch OLED is the expanded battery life. Like on Nintendo specs, it says, for instance, the battery will approximately last 5.5 hours for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So being able to play Breath of the Wild for 5.5 hours, depending on your settings, is kind of okay. With only a charging time of 3 hours, which, you know, it's whatever. But does the $50 for no performance enhancements really justify the price? Because, again, this has been rumored for years, and it finally got announced today, and it's like, nope. No performance enhancements at all. No 1440p. No faster processor. Nothing at all. Just a Nintendo Switch model that is slightly enhanced for an extra $50. And also a built-in LAN port, which Ethernet adapters are not that expensive on Amazon at all. They really aren't. I can literally do all the stuff that I can do with Nintendo Switch OLED by spending far less money than the extra $50 that Nintendo's asking you for. I mean, I will admit the white console looks nice, but honestly, you know, again, not enough to justify it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. You know, it really is such a Nintendo move of them. It really is such a Nintendo move of Nintendo to announce a new Switch model. One that people have been waiting for a while. And yet, they do this. And it's like, no, nothing is going to justify the extra $50. But hey, it's Nintendo Switch, so it sells well, right? And I guess that's good for people who don't have a Nintendo Switch yet. So they can enjoy the much larger enhancements, I guess. But you also have to remember that we're still technically living in a pandemic, so consoles might be in short supply, possibly. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I don't know about this, Chief. I don't know about this, Chief. I do not know about this, Chief. I'll be good with my regular Switch until a Switch 2 is announced, or an actual Nintendo Switch revision that's worth it. So, until then, I'm going to be sticking with my regular old Nintendo Switch. Thank you very much. And while the new model is nice in a few ways, it's not enough to justify an extra $50 to the price tag that Nintendo Switch is already asking you for. So, yep. So anyway, those were my thoughts, and I will see you guys later. Take care, and stay safe, and goodbye.